What I witnessed. In the summer of 1975, I was on a 3-month training cruise from SUNY Maritime Academy. On our return to New York, I had a very unusual experience. It was like a day before we got back to port. I pulled bow watch from 4 a.m. until 8 a.m. Approximately at 3:30, I was awakened to prepare for my stay at the watch. I got dressed, went to the mess, and had breakfast. Just at 4 a.m., I got to the bow of the ship to replace the prior shift. It was dark at the time with some fog as I remember. The sea was incredibly calm like glass. As we were trying to avoid a very bad upcoming storm, we were trying to outrun it. Hence the calm before the storm. Relieving the watch, my first duty was to be made aware of anything at sea. The other watchman told me we were going to enter a small fishing fleet. He spotted to me about 3 to 4 boats with their lights on. I then reported each boat separately, acknowledging each by ringing the bell and pointing in the proper pattern. The other watch person then could leave. From 4 a.m., I was very busy with the bow watch as we constantly came across many fishing boats out there. Possibly there were 15 to 20 boats, which was an unusually busy watch at sea. As we were approaching the last boat at 6 a.m., my bow relief came to me, and I let them know how busy I was. By 6 a.m., the sun had rose, and it was a gorgeous day with the night and light fog burning off. The sea was like glass still. You could see forever. My vision was perfect, not needing any glasses, as I was 19 at the time. As I was walking down the starboard side of the ship, the last boat we were passing was next to me the whole time I walked to the stern for the second half of my watch. My stern watch was positioned above the engine room staircase, looking backward. Normally, this is a very quiet position. About 6:20, I was relaxing from the very busy morning bow watch. We get graded for each watch. My watch again was very busy. I was admiring the gorgeous morning, how clear it was, with the sea like glass. The last boat was about 10 o'clock off our starboard side, about a quarter mile away. Just below me, from the engine stairwell, a cadet officer stepped on the deck and was standing directly below me, looking also at the last boat. When all of a sudden, right about in the middle of the distance, at about 11 o'clock, there came for about 3 to 4 seconds what turned out to be a long neck with a head came straight up out of the water. The total length that slid up and down seemed to be about 20 feet coming out of the water. The neck was long and sleek, with the head to be much thicker than the neck. This did not jump out of the water, as there was no splash as whales or large fish would do. With ease, it slipped out and slowly slid back in. I could tell there must have been a great mass below the water. At the height, it looked as if it stopped there for about 1 second before sliding back into the water, as if there was a great body beneath it. The officer cadet, upperclassman engineer, below me also saw the whole event. I said to him, "Did you see that?" He replied, "Yes." "What are you going to do about it?" Meaning, are you going to report it? I said, "What, you want me to call up the bridge to wake up the captain to tell him we saw a sea monster back here?" There was really no further discussion, and the officer went back down the stairwell. As we are all familiar at the time with the Loch Ness Monster and the basic design, I thought it was something like that. Then years later, I saw at a mobile prehistoric ocean display, saw the great design and scale of this animal. Not wanting to sound like a crazy, I never really shared this much except to a special few friends. Recently, seeing all the History Channel shows, which are great, I see there are more open-minded about, as examples, giant squids and Sasquatch, As some examples, I wanted to give this information for research. With the giant squids, I now realize there are many unknown fish at great depths we do not know about. I had the feeling at the time that the animal came to the surface to look at our old ship passing by. To track that almost exact whereabouts of this incident, you can contact the SUNY Maritime and see the exact date I had the bow watch, which was about 200 miles off the coast of New York in 1975. This 3-month cruise was the one to Malaga, Spain, followed to Edinburgh, Scotland, of all places. For more information, my cell is 561-801-5410. Paul A. Dittmar.